Welcome, dear devotees, to the Community of Care, episode number 8. You can see next to me the highly blissful Anandavadan. I have invited him to come today with me into the camera to explain a little bit about the Dharma Castle, a place where devotees live together, have their spiritual programs, but also work together and earn together and take care of their families. I would love Anandavadan, who is highly motivated to speak to all of you, to explain a little bit how this community of here in the Dharma Castle came about. What was the vision?
Yeah, the vision was like to have a community which works together and which lives together and practice spiritual life together. And it started on another castle, in the Castle Weissenstein. There it was more, the Veda Academy was more like an ashram, brahmacharinis. And then it shifted to the other castle, Schöner, and there it started the Grihastha life with the devotees, and then in Berlin it deviated, so to say. Every Grihastha lived in different place, and it was like spread. And the communication was not so good in that time. And then we found a place here in Grenzlin, because we thought like, well, okay, this very close ashram living, this was not the right thing, because it was very, in the later times with a lot of tensions in the social structure, because of the dependencies from each other. And now we have here a castle which has separate flats, so there's no dependency on someone else, and the community can be on completely free, on a free base, so to say. And and so we do things together, or we don't do things together. And we have very nice spiritual programs. Also, the community of the children is also very good, because to raise children is quite a tough thing for a mother alone. And here in the castle, the mother can share raising children and get supports from each other. And so usually the male ones, they're working in the region of time labor, which actually gives the economic environment. And the mother chiefs, they raise the children and have also a lot of exchange and fun.
Thank you. You really look Ananda. Yes, I have seen also when you come to the Dharma Castle, first you are greeted by a kirtan of the little children. Dancing and chanting is going on in full strength, and there are many offices here where the devotees work on this fantastic concept of time waiver, which really is promulgating or spreading the knowledge that consciousness is higher than matter. Thank you very much, Anandavadan, and you were very good before the camera.
Thank you, Kumar.
Another community where something very nice happened is Singhachalam, known also as the Nrsimha farm. It was for a long time a little bit on the side, because it's just so remote, and winters are something else there. It's really long and very cold. But devotees came together and built a community there, which is now very attractive. You can find it in the internet under Löwenberg, the mountain of the lion. A lot of yoga people come for conferences, but the idea really, which I wanted to stress, is that a few devotees came together really practicing the community of care, not being isolated from each other, but sharing the same vision and working and fine-tuning the vision, and it has become extremely attractive. When I spoke to His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj about the Vedic way, he wanted to know the concept. He listened to it, and then after some time he said, as a response, "Do you know, Sacinandana Swami, when people make in their heart the determination or the decision to become part of something, do they do this when they are philosophically convinced?" And he answered his question by saying, no. A person wants to be part of something else at the moment when he is convinced that he is taken care of in that community. So we as human beings make our decisions where we want to be part and where we don't want to be part based on the question, will I be taken care of there or not? I believe our communities, and even small communities like friendships or family or whatever group of people are there, make sense only when there is a spirit of care. I wanted to give one little example from devotees in Kladau. That's a part of Berlin. When we had talked about the community of care, they took up that spirit and started to just meet. 4 of them in one apartment. I believe once a month they started to meet. And but they were regularly with this. They did what devotees do in a spiritual community. They began to discuss the Shastras, read different scriptures, chant the holy name together, and have just sangha. Sometimes they just did a bicycle tour together. This small group has really a wonderful story to tell. When our temple in Berlin was not functioning so well, many devotees, not all, many devotees came to take part in these monthly sanghas. From this, there is a few projects started. First of all, the Kirtan Club. That's something for the non-devotees, for outsiders. Devotees just meet to Kirtan in some yoga studio, and the interested people can join. The second program is the 12-hour Kirtan. I usually attend that, where devotees come together in one very nice little hall, and many, many devotees come. Woo! Devotees whom you have never seen since 8 years are all of a sudden there chanting. And now this little group from Kladau has organized a wonderful and maybe even exemplary Gopunim festival, because the circle of guests was expanded to all those who believe in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to all the Hindus and all the spiritual people. It was a full house with a very spiritual atmosphere, especially when everyone was called forward to bathe Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So from a little initiative, 4 people understanding the concept of the community of care, very big projects have started, which are extremely inspiring. I would like to give you also another example. Syamananda and his wife Ratna Manjari in Switzerland had done regular programs in St. Gallen, Bhakti Sangha programs. And from this little Bhakti Sangha, a wonderful community has worked. It's like this: if you apply this simple formula of the community of care, others will become attracted, almost as attracted as bees when the honey jar is opened. I have a suggestion for all of you who listen to this. Start with your own community of care. It can be something small. It can mean you just come together with your best friend or your best friends, or in your family, with your family. Another way of joining the community of care is what we want to create with the Disciple Network, a virtual meeting place, a virtual temple eventually, where everyone can come together and exchange and become supported and inspired in their spiritual life. I thank you very much for watching this episode of the Community of Care. I think Ananda Vardhan, whom we had to almost pull out of his apartment here in the Dharma Castle because he is not the Mr. Camera or the Brad Pitt or whatever, although he looks even more nice. And please watch the next episode. This was the last episode of the Community of Care, but something very interesting will come in the next episode. Hare Krishna.
Hari Hari Bol.